Oi, oi, right, it's Nick here. Quick trigger warning. Our guest this week does talk about thoughts of self-harm towards the start of the podcast, and then we get back to our silly normal selves and talk about bags of rice being used as boobs and things like that. First 10 minutes, the sound quality is a bit weird. We had a fan on in the studio. The only fan we've got, classic. Anyway, we got rid of the fan after 10 minutes and the sound quality gets better. So enjoy and stick with us because it gets really, really fun and very, very funny with our wonderful guest, Adelle.
I shall hold my cough.
Yeah, just
I'll
cough.
Stop breathing. What else would you like me to stop doing?
A bit of mansplaining
Can I breathe?
there, wasn't there? Jesus,
Not mansplaining. It's called production, Adelle. I think you should know a little bit about it.
You were pretty much telling somebody to be quiet.
Producer.
Ex-podcaster Adelle.
Oh.
Boy, you're giving stuff away.
Yeah, no, but we're going to go straight into it, all right?
Oh, well, we know.
So hang on. You guys ready?
Yes.
Are we actually recording?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't even remember how I introduced Sangeeta, introduce us.
I don't remember. It's been a good 4 weeks, you know, or 3.
Okay, hang on. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Are you ready? Hello, welcome back. Well, it might be your first one you've ever listened to, but welcome to Are You Creative podcast from Chelmsford, Essex, birthplace of radio. Edward Macaroni in the house, doing all the good stuff. And I think we'll have a little bit of music now. Here you go. Then Sangeeta says,
I'm Sangeeta.
what an intro. I'm Sangeeta. Hello. This is Are You Creative podcast about creativity, where we're meeting different creative people from Essex. I'm here with Sangeeta. Oh, I'm Nick Kern, by the way, so-called creative expert, apparently. Just won a bronze can line, no big deal. Sangeeta's here with me. Hello, Sangeeta.
Hello, I'm Sangeeta Mitra, Director for New Generation Development Agency, and I'm trying to figure out if I'm a creative.
Nice, we'll put that on your LinkedIn. Are you creative?
I'm working it out.
Yeah, you're always working it out.
I'm working it out.
18% as well. And we've got another brilliant guest here with us today. Who is Adelle. We're going to find out what Adelle does in a minute. But I'm going to ask. We're not going to do the guessing game today because I want to get straight into the banter.
Go for it.
Adelle Barker.
Yes.
Are you creative?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
All right.
why not?
I'm intrigued.
I love it. So we're going to talk about what you do. I know you're a multifaceted character.
Am I now?
But I'm going to bill you as a bit of an influencer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah?
Okay. Hang on. I want to know what Sangeeta just thought I was.
I would say makeup artist.
Do you know what? I was driving here and I was listening to your last episode, or the one with the horror guy.
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, what would she think? And I looked at my makeup and I was like, but she said something about makeup.
Hell yeah.
I would have said
but you've been turning your eyes towards Sangeeta so she could see it.
and your
Rather than
makeup is
angling.
good. So, I would have gone makeup artist.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm not.
Okay, that was too obvious.
Adelle does a lot of different things, but at the moment you may have seen Adelle on telly, on Sky TV adverts.
Yep.
Tell us about them.
So, I was in the recent Sky promos for LGBTQ plus Pride promo for Sky in general, because I work for Sky. And, I'm part of the network there, and they got me involved in sort of promoting employees within who bring their LGBTQ plus to work.
Oh my God, is it the first time they've done this?
It's the first time they've really pushed out and advertised their employees and their content, obviously. So,
and we are not we're not talking about a Sky TV now TV $7.99 for the first month. This is like a full amazing advert production with beautiful lighting. It looked like a fashion shoot.
It felt like that.
Looked like it.
There was loads of us there.
Was you able to organise it from beginning to end? Was that how
I
it
was
worked?
the talent. I didn't organise anything. They just brought me in and they got me down to Osterley, which is the main campus. And I work for Sky, but that's not my day. My day job is working for Sky in a different area, but this was like what we call our gay job. So it's like it's the networking side of it. We volunteer for it, and I work with that way. So I'm actually within Sky Network. I'm the trans non-binary lead for Sky Network.
Oh hell yeah, that's amazing. Do you actually put it on your LinkedIn?
I put it on my LinkedIn, and I've got a nice little email signature, which I now put it on.
That is amazing.
That's
So
amazing.
hang on. So literally, you're the top. That's the highest you can get. You're the top of the pyramid.
Well, yeah, but you know, I don't get paid for that. That's my gay job, right? So
Yeah.
that's what we do. So if I just
What
put it
gay
on
jobs are free jobs, are they?
there. It's volunteer, right? I'm doing the trans lord's work.
There are a lot of other trans people at Sky.
Yeah, there's trans non-binary people at Sky, and yeah, it's really good to kind of put myself out there, which also kind of encourages them to sort of be themselves at work, because that's all I want to do, right? I want to be authentic and want to go to work, and I want everyone to feel authentic and feel like they can be who they are. And if I'm the one that has to do it, why not? I'll just do it.
How long have you been working there?
I worked for Sky for about 8 years.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, I've only been out for free.
Yeah. So you worked as your sort of. How would you even say it? Before?
So my prologue.
Yeah, your prologue.
My prologue persona. Worked there for a good, 5 years, and then I come out as my authentic self,
Adelle,
my true self. Yeah.
And I've never met you as your true self before. I only met you in the prologue, which is pretty amazing today.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
when we were talking before, you said you never really obviously felt like yourself. It was almost like you're masking a bit, like you're putting on a show. Because when we met, you said you had to be a bit of a geezer dad. I'm not a geezer dad, but it's funny that you feel like you had to be like a geezer dad.
You follow what you feel like society wants, right? So so obviously I come out as trans, and I was saying to you, wasn't I? Like before, there was this whole element of having to be a persona, hide who I was, try and do what I want, mask who I was. And it's exhausting, right? It's just, you're just constantly lying to yourself and trying to be out there. And it's really, really, I don't know what, energy draining. It's really bad, right? But I remember sort of the fact that whenever I met you, obviously I always got good vibes from you. So I'm quite good at reading people. But when I met you, I always felt like, but people are going to suss me out. So I have to kind of like...
Yeah, what were you worried about people finding out? Because I know you were into cross-dressing and things like that before.
Yeah, so when you're... So I can only speak from my personal experience, right, so as a trans person. But when you're trans, right, you have to kind of express yourself as much as you can, how you can. So and I'm doing, it's audio, but inverted commas, cross-dressing.
Adelle is just doing air fingers, by the way, listeners. They were good. The font was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it? Times New Roman?
There's actually a font that's called Adelle. I'm going to give you that.
There is actually.
There is,
yeah.
All right, so we've got the air quotes. Sorry, I've broken your flow.
Yeah, of cross-dressing. And that's just me trying to express who I am. And the thing is, you then kind of get into the rhythm of trying to share it with people, or trying to explore and find people like you. But the problem is when you put yourself out there in little tiny sections, you worry someone's going to find you, see you, and then not get it, and then think it's like some kind of fetish, or
Yeah.
and then to make it difficult. And it just every time I was walking around, I just thought, people know, people can tell, people, that guy's shaved his beard, as if like I was the everyone was pointing at me. The Sims when they got those things at the end. That's what it felt like, right?
Your little Sims head thing be if people were people outing you in the street?
God, it could be a big like pointy arrow of like, don't
Cross-dresser.
Yeah, just like, what is that? And that's what it felt like. You just a sense of shame, sense of like fear, like I was doing something wrong.
So what was the what was the revelation that you had? I know you had a really supportive wife as well, to actually feel confident, to actually make that journey to become your true self, Adelle.
Yeah.
What was the trigger? Like if for that many years you felt like you're walking around being a sim?
Yeah, exactly. And it depends how deep you want to go, right, and how much I want to do. But it gets to a point, you don't get to a point, you're like, I've had enough.
Yeah.
This is it. And then it's once you get to that point, there's only one choice you can make, right?
Yeah.
And luckily I made the right choice, because the other choice, I would not be sitting here right now talking to you.
Yeah, so you hit like your lowest point, and then
You do.
and then you're like, well, listen, I always think like this with depression and stuff. We've gone heavy on this one, but you know, it's
We're
like
going to bring it back, don't we?
No, it's my favourite place. Normally he doesn't like that heavy. I'm in a good place.
Sankit is the misery gut. She's just loving
I'm
this.
in a very good place.
Sankit is an energy vampire. Like her eyes are glowing right now.
Because I like the serious stuff. See, I'm into all the isms and the promotion, so I'm so interested in your journey. Sorry, Nick, to cut your flow. So you was
That's right. No, I was saying that I think when you've got that, when you've hit that low, it's almost like coming out of a chrysalis, right? Mm-hmm. You're at that low point, and you've got to make that decision, right?
Yeah.
This is who I am. I'm coming out. I'm coming out. I'm just gonna be my true self now.
That's it. And I didn't know what the next step was, but I knew the next step was definitely not that. You know, it's 2 doors, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know what was behind one door. I knew what was behind the other door, and that other door was death. It was darkness. Whereas the next door, I don't know where it was going. And it was just about kind of finding my right flow of who I am, learning. And it's taken me years, and I'm still learning now.
from the time you decided, right, that's it, I'm going to be my true self. Prior to that, how many years was it that you wasn't your true self then?
Well, I'm obviously only 21, right? You can tell by looking at me.
21? I thought you were 18. Yeah.
Oh, well,
Absolutely. Look at this. Look at that skin.
I love it.
done.
I love it.
No, I'm 39 next month. Right?
Okay.
So for a good 35 years of my life,
Wow.
it was one of those things where you just think, I've got to make the choice.
Yeah, so you 35 years.
It's exhausting.
Yes.
It's so tiring.
Can I say something mad?
Go for
Okay,
it.
Sankit, I haven't even told you that. I got diagnosed as autistic last week, which is mad because, like, thinking about identity,
Yeah.
you know, I've been like 49. I'm not 49. You know,
Just making it up.
Yeah, like I've lived 47 years as a different identity, and now like it's blown my whole reality. It's like, hey, I'm disabled and stuff, you know. But it's like,
No, I get it.
now I have to deal with a different identity as well.
Yeah.
And I know it's not as big as that, but
Well, we spoke about this on the phone, right? And you said about coming to the realization that you're autistic, right? And anything on the spectrum and that, and it's learning about yourself. What I've learned is that you can't fix me, but I know what makes me a better person. Same as you. Like you said to me, so well, you can't fix being autistic or have an ADHD, but you can acknowledge it and be aware of who you are. And I think that's what trans people do more than anyone when it comes to their identity is, this is who I am.
yeah. And do you feel like, you know, now it's not like you even dip your toe in the water now? Like you're Adelle every day from the moment you wake up till you go to sleep, right?
Oh, yeah, exactly. And you know what? That's the most beautiful part of it, right? Because before, when I was hiding behind doors and doing what I wanted, and then it was that, and a lot, if there's any trans people listening, or obviously trans female people listening, they would get this. It's the case of like, you would dress up, you'd go to whatever you need to do your dress up, put yourself, look how you want to look. And then removing that makeup and then going back into that kind of version of yourself, it was really depressing.
God, it must be like a prison.
Yeah, it's horrible, right? And now it's just a case of I wake up, I'm me. I go to work, I'm me. I go to the shops, I'm me. I go to bed, I'm me. And it's just that constant realization. I mean, there's people out there who are cisgender. Well, you don't think that way because you're just so naturally in tune with it. You just wake up and do what you want, and you think, oh, I'm going to have my hair this way, I'm going to do this way. Whereas I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to do the same now, but I acknowledge it more.
Yeah.
And I feel it more, and I'm impressed. Like I said to someone the other day, God, I just had a weird like thought of, imagine if tomorrow I had to go back living as a man. Oh my God, it was the most depressing thought in my head. And I was like, that is horrible. That's like my worst nightmare right now.
Pretending that you like football and you're a geezer and stuff. And
I do like football though. I mean, it doesn't change. People ask me if I still drink beer. Of course I still drink beer. That's
Why wouldn't you? What, are you going to go to white wine spritzers or something? No,
I hate white wine. I like red wine. I'm fine with
Red
stuff
wine
like that.
spritzers.
I'll just have a baby sham.
So many
Snake bite.
stereotypes.
Snake bite. That's it. That's what they used to be.
God,
Blackcurrant.
What, snake bite? Is that a trans drink, is it?
No, it used to be
That's a
lager
college
with
drink.
bit of-
Yeah.
College drink. That's
College
right.
drink, mate.
Can I just ask, because Nick, you said something really interesting just there that I picked up on. You said that you was diagnosed last week and now you're thinking like you've got two identities, but isn't it better, and this is actually throwing out to the both of you, don't you feel better now that you're your true self? Wouldn't you have said that prior to you being brave enough to be your true self, whether it's being diagnosed that something's confirmed or whether it's a choice that you've made. Wouldn't you say your life is better now that you're your true self rather than the other identity that you wasn't, that's the bit that you was trying to mask?
I think that's authenticity, right?
Yes.
And I don't think people truly understand what authenticity means.
Yep.
Until you acknowledge it and you're aware of it. I think people just assume like they always live their life and they go, well, that's me being authentic. You think, well, if it doesn't feel right, then it's probably not authentic. You're just going along with the flow, or you're just stuck in a culture which you don't agree with, or whatever. And it's how people have to sort of like live. So, yeah, I mean, I never understood what authenticity was until I started to learn more about myself. So when people say, oh, you're being your authentic self, I'm like, yeah, I am actually. It's actually quite easy. So one thing I know I'm really good at.
Because you're your natural self.
Because I'm natural, yeah.
But prior, that wasn't you.
Oh, it was hard.
That was the bit that was hard because you was masking being somebody
Exactly.
who wasn't.
So back then, I mean, Nick would have known back then. I wasn't a horrible person, was I? Like,
oh, you're well funny. Like one of the fun. You know when you meet dads and you want to be like best mates with them, but you haven't got the time. You've got so much going on in your life.
Yeah.
And I was always saying to my wife, oh, I want to hang out with Adam more.
Yeah.
I want to hang out with Adam more. But it always came like we'd end up having to go to the pub with maybe like with other dads that just want to talk about the football or something.
Exactly.
And I just and I'm like, no, I want to go and talk about rubbish horror movies or like silly stuff, or just go giggle somewhere. But it's not easy. I had to conform to dad stereotypes as well.
Yeah, no, I get it. And I think that's it. So I was never like, I was quite good at masking and trying to like blend in and be sort of, but again, that was a masking thing. So I wasn't being like, I was being sort of natural with some of my humour and all that stuff, but I was holding a lot back, and you could tell. But then that also caused me in my teens and in my early 20s especially when I'm at work, I wasn't probably the nicest person to be around, because there's only so much you can be funny with or kind of mask it, and then it drops and you become quite dismissive and distant from people and that. So I used to do podcasts.
Yeah. So this is the Not Listening podcast as well. Is that the main one?
I did the Not Listening podcast, and then I did a radio show called Not Sensical.
Yeah. Not sensical.
Not Sensical, yeah. For some reason I had this weird not theme where it was a hashtag not. Everybody was hashtag not. And then I got my friend to do one as well, and they did like a movie one, and I said, well, call it Not Watching, and then they did a game one. I said, call it Not Playing, and I just kind of like almost was telling you, do it. This is my brand. I was like, I thought I was like,
no, you're going to start charging them royalties.
I was like, I'll put it on my website. I didn't have a website. It was just like, we're going to do this together, and it's going to be great.
You know what? When you're doing your podcast, I was thinking it's really interesting because you had Jordan Gray on as a guest, right?
Yes.
Now, do you know about Jordan Gray? Jordan Gray is a Essex comedian that is doing amazingly well, right?
Awesome, yeah.
She's like Saturday Night at the Apollo level, trans comedian. Mm-hmm. And did you have like conversations with Jordan at the time?
Yeah, I did actually. I mean, she probably won't mind me mentioning this, but yeah, we kind of almost like shared our journey together a little bit, like behind closed doors. And like she told me that she was trans, I think, before she told a lot of other people, because we were messaging each other and we were kind of friends and that, and we kind of got to know each other, and we kind of like lent on each other a little bit, but we didn't openly talk about stuff.
Yeah.
Until it became that point. But so when I started to come out, I reached out to her, and then she come back to me, and then so before I come out to everybody, I was reaching out to her. So yeah,
that's amazing. And then before you know it, Jordan Gray's like absolutely getting naked on primetime TV, causing like a big ruckus.
This is how crazy it is, right? This is how, like, talk about bursting your bubble, right? I'm sitting there like ready to come out to the world, and I'm like, I'm going to message Jordan, I'm going to tell her about I'm coming out to the world, bang, 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 and then she doesn't get back to me for like a week or 2 weeks, and suddenly I'm like, this is the most important thing in my life, and she messaged back, sorry, I've been so busy, I had a meeting with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost the other day, and I'm just like, oh, okay, don't worry about me, it's fine, so we'll catch up another time.
So going back, I'm interested in, you're working at Sky.
Yep.
You've now decided that you want to be your true self. That first day that you decided to go into work.
Weird.
So
weird, right? So my job I've got my gay job, my day job, right?
I love that.
So stuff with the gay job is like network stuff where I go out there and talk about stuff. We can talk about that later. But my day job is just like managing engineers, talking to people now. And the first thing I want to say is Sky has been absolutely amazing, right? I wouldn't have come out if I didn't feel safe coming out. So
amazing.
I can't give them any more props than what I already am.
Oh, beautiful.
But I remember when I come out, I spoke to my manager and I said, look, this is happening. I'm coming out. I'm trans. He was like, what? I didn't see that coming. I was like, good. Because it means I've hidden it.
You were so good at masking.
So good at masking, yeah. And then he said, oh, okay, well, I'll lead from you, right? I was like, good, let's do it. So I got him to I said, right, I'm exhausted. I'm having 4 days off. You need to tell all the team and everybody in our region, whatever, that I'm trans. And when I come back to work on like next Monday, my name's Adelle. Bang. There you go. Dropped the mic, left the room, let them deal with it. And they kind of had like conversations once, which was really, really,
amazing.
Really delicately done. And I was so impressed.
I felt a bit bad earlier because I dead named you. Which obviously is a bit
fine.
bad, but you know, but no, I won't cut it out. But you know, because it's something to be discussed anyway. But like, you know, how difficult was it for that transition for workmates to like?
Well, yeah. So this is it, right? So maybe like when I probably didn't do everything right. Okay, when I reflect back, I probably did things a bit too. I'll throw grenades in and just let everyone else deal with it, right? So maybe I'd pick and choose that, but I was like, you go do this and I'll come back into work. My first day back, we had a massive team meeting and I think it was the launch of Sky Glass or something. So it was quite a big meeting and I had to turn up and I was like, oh my God. And I turned up and I'm not going to like big myself up when I say this now. I look a lot better now than I did when I went to that meeting.
Yeah, we believe me, we're going to talk about that in a minute as well.
Yeah, so I look back. It was like, so when I look back now, I'm like cringe, but I'm allowed to do that, right? Yeah. Because I'm allowed to go through my awkward teenage dressing up, looking terrible stage. I'm allowed to do that. Overdrawn lips, terrible eyeshadow. I'm allowed to do that, and that's what I did. And when I got there, everyone was cool. I mean, obviously, they were a bit awkward. They didn't know because they knew me before that, but they were so cool. And at the end of the day, right, it's down to them just to accept me as me. It took them a little bit of time. No one was mean. No one sort of dead named me in a way that, I mean, they made mistakes for the first few months. But
I just got to tell our listeners what dead naming is, by the way. Just we're using that technical term, and that is just when you refer to someone as their previous name, right?
Yeah. I think it's quite a harsh term, isn't it, dead name? Because I get it. There's a lot of people have a lot of feelings that with their previous name. I don't call it a dead name because I don't think it's a bad name. I could refer to my prologue self. I think it
is serious for a lot of people though.
Yeah, some people
when you're dealing with people's identity. And I think that dead name is like a harsh name, but it's good. It's like, oh my, that is so.
Every individual experience.
Yes, right. Because I talked to you the other day and I was like, oh, I might accidentally refer to you as your previous name because we've known each other for a long time, and this is the first time I've met your true self. I've met your prologue self many times. Yeah. So anyway, dead naming. There we go. Back off. Oh, that was more Wikipedia. Wikipedia coming in here.
Do you put all the music in the edit? In post production, put all the music in afterwards.
Yeah, just I sing it like Bobby McFerrin into the mic at the end.
I love it.
So I multi-track it. Like sometimes there's like 38 layers of it. It's good, isn't it? My trombone's brilliant.
You know what? That isolate that out of context, put it on a t-shirt. We have no idea where that one can go.
Okay, hang on. I'll get the Scooby-Doo. We're back at the Sky meeting now.
Right,
Adele's just walked in. Actually, look at Adelle. Her makeup's not so good. She's getting used to being Adele. And then what happened?
What, at the meeting?
Yeah. Everyone was like, right, Adele, and you're like, oh shit, I thought that was going to be really weird, and it was just normal.
What was really funny is one engineer guy come up to me, and he just sort of looks, I had like a padded bra on. He went, oh, when did you get them done then? I was like, they're not real. I was like, I'll tell you what it was in time. I mean, now like they're growing because of hormones. Ooh, hormones. But it was tights filled with rice. That was my boobs for a good year. It was horrible. I smelled like sushi.
Oh my!
Especially when it got really hot in the summer.
You're sweating and like the rice is cooking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're like you turned up a C and now you're a double D.
Yeah. It was horrible. Nearly got packages of meal deal on Tesco.
Well, they like Uncle Ben boiling the bag.
I didn't cook the rice. Okay, it was like non-cooked rice.
Yeah, as long as you didn't feed it to your kids later, because you know.
Hey, look,
cost of living, man.
Exactly,
it's
you
rice is rice.
Spot on.
Because he lives.
Just put some wasabi on that rice. Put whatever you need on it. It's absolutely fine, right?
Yeah, it's really salty.
Oh, what is he tip rice all about?
Yeah, Mum, I don't want your poop rice again.
You asked my kids, they cracked up because when I told them, because they said, "What is that?" I said, "It's rice." They're like, "Why you got rice in your boobs?" I was like, "Well, you know, this is life now. This is your life. Your dad now wears rice boobs. This is how it happens."
Can I just say, actually, because I hadn't realised until we was interviewing, and the reason I hadn't realised is because you do look absolutely amazing, and I just wanted to put that out.
Know.
You know,
I'm going to
never have known.
I'll show you a picture of the.
There you go. Do you know what? I was being very polite and respectful at the start, but we're going somewhere funny in a minute, all right?
Right.
But I totally agree with you, because I actually showed some people some photos the other day, and they said, "Oh, how old's Adele?" And I said, "I think Adele's like nearly 40," and they were like, "No way."
Yeah, 100%.
I love that. I love that response. It's the best response. Okay, I love getting ID'd when I go to model service. I love it. I literally like they go, "God, get buy some like drinks, I get some wine," and I like put it on there, and I kind of try to act like ID me, go ID, and they do it, and I'll be like, and I always do this weird, annoying thing. Go, "How old do you think I am?" As I'm passing it over, and they go, "Well, I didn't think you're that old." And I'm like, "Good answer." I mean,
if you had anyone knocking on the door, can I speak to your parents, please? Yeah.
That will be the next one. That will be the next one.
Here we go. I've got to go there now, right? So
let's do this.
Because this is all about creativity.
Yeah.
Right. I think there's so much creativity that you had to go through, like in, you know, when you left your prologue self to your true Adele self, and I want to talk about her makeup, clothes. Like literally learning all those things that you wouldn't have had 35 years of experience of going to shop for clothes and things like that. I mean, how did you make the decision what your style was going to be for a start?
I don't. I try and... When I first started, obviously, when I was living in my prologue years and I was doing what the inverted quotes, cross-dressing, it was... You would get anything you could get your hands on, and you would try and be as feminine as you can. And
so is that like charity shops?
Charity shops, anything. Like you would find stuff and you would wear it, and then you would be, and it would be terrible. It doesn't fit, looks terrible, creased. It's all hid. It's all dirty. Like if it has a stench of like shame on it. When I come out as my authentic self, I have no idea what to wear. I was still wearing my boy clothes and trying to feminise them up, and it was horrible. And
how do you feminise up a boy's clothes?
I don't know, because clothes is not gender, right? It's not, is it? It's fabric. But it's just the way it's cut and the way it's done and everything. And I don't know what my style is. I still don't know now. So after 3 years, I just wear what I think fits me or looks okay. Or
it looks like, you know, to me, like following you on social media, it really looks like you're finding your flow, you're finding your style.
Oh, I look back in my time hop and I'm like, what the bloody hell is she wearing? Look at all that plaid. She's gone plaid crazy. So much plaid.
Getting out looking like a picnic rug.
I was trying to be Cher Horowitz from Clueless, I think, or something like that. Yeah, I think it was all that.
I mean that's a strong transition to go from like prologue self to Clueless. With zero.
Every trans person dresses up like a prostitute in their first times out. They do, right? And I'm not hating on any prostitutes or sex workers out there, right? Do you know what? But I'm talking TV prostitution. It's like, I love a fishnet. Do you know what's good for? Do you know what's really good for a conduct meeting at work? Pair of fishnets and really tight skirt.
So right,
And Cleveland's like, God, just wear some bloody clothes, will you? Oh, okay, we'll do.
You don't want anything that's going to reveal too much rice, I suppose.
In the day, I'm not wearing rice now. Okay, just to let you know, it's not how it works. But even when I think back to it, it's. I mean, I'm learning. I'm laughing back at it because it's crazy. But I always think to myself like, well, I can laugh at it because I went through it, and I always say this to people: I can make jokes. I would never make jokes of trans people because I don't think being trans is funny. But I can make jokes about me being trans because it's about my lived experience.
But I mean, this is one of the things I love, because on your social media, you are super honest, right? And even doing those time hops back to your prologue self, comparing your photos and saying, what a journey you've been on. And I'm thinking, like, if I was someone that was sort of questioning, my identity, you seem really approachable, and also like I can follow your story. And, this is why I call you an influencer, because I think anyone can go on your social media, see that journey you've been on with full honesty about your emotions. And also, you're very approachable. So I imagine a lot of people are asking you questions that are going through similar thoughts.
Yeah, I do get people come message me and stuff, and I always feel really privileged that they message me for stuff. And so obviously I do like stuff on Instagram. Everyone posts stuff on Instagram, right? But I do a thing on LinkedIn. I never thought I'd be a LinkedIn blogger, whatever they call it. Whenever I saw LinkedIn before, I was like, who goes on LinkedIn? It's just like it's like Facebook for people with no soul, right?
It's just Friends Reunited on crack, isn't it?
It wasn't even that. It's like, hi, these people I work with. Look what I did at work today, everybody. But then I got to know that, actually, do you know what? This is about being authentic, it's about being unique. So I do a thing on my LinkedIn. It's called hashtag. I do things in hashtags. I do. I don't know why.
Hashtag not what?
Yeah, hashtag not being trans. Hashtag not cis. So I do think hashtag I don't know how to be trans. Because I always say to people, I don't know how to be trans. I mean, there's no manual. No one gave me a manual and said, right, for transgender 101.
This is the process.
This is what you need to do. This is what you need to eat. This is what you need to say. No, I don't know how to be trans. I can only be who I am. And I use it as a kind of like a bit of a quirky way of showing how I've learned stuff, how I don't know things, how I'm learning, how I've kind of got through things. And it's done really well for me, really, because I kind of like got to talk to other people in different industries about their trans journey and how they've moved on. And I've been nominated for awards.
Hang on.
Hang on.
Go on, what's this award?
I got nominated for a Rainbow Honours Award.
Yeah.
The Bank of London Rainbow Honours Award.
Amazing.
What?
I got nominated for most...
What'd you get for a Rainbow Honours Award? What is it? What sort of...
It's a little award. I didn't get... I got...
You didn't get it? Oh.
No, I didn't even win. Right,
did you get a medal or anything?
I got a medal.
Yeah.
I got a medal. You saw the medal. I posted that. I was like, I'm on it.
Do you know what? That's like the elite rainbow lanyard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
my only concern, it looked like a Jim will fix it thing. It really...
Oh, no, you don't want that.
No,
don't want that.
I was kind of like, come on, just give me a plaque or something. But yeah, I got most for most influential or inspirational role model. That was it. So I can't even remember what it was, right? So I got to go to the awards at the National History Museum.
Oh, nice.
So cool.
Amazing.
So I got to drink booze and...
Did you get a drink out of a monkey's skull or something?
I just took a few things and I was like, you're not supposed to take that stuff. I was like, I'm too drunk anyway.
It's just a pterodactyl's toenail. Yeah, just take
great.
that.
I was in a room full of loads of other trans people, loads of gay people, bisexual people, everything, lesbian people. It's like LGBT amazingness, right? And celebrities. Yeah. Got to see Blue sing a few songs and that.
Oh, is this where David Tennant made his speech?
No, so that was the British LGBT Awards I went to.
Yeah, that was incredible.
Recently. And I was in the room for David Tennant's big speech that he did, and I was like, I was really drunk, right? So if I was recording it, but all you can hear me in the background sound like, I'll tell you a story about that, right? So obviously we got invited to the LGBT Awards. We went there, obviously with Sky and the network, and we're there. We get there, we had to get our photos done because our network was up for an award. We didn't win, but we were up for an award. So we had the pictures taken in this room. And then they start to say, right, they get everyone into the area to eat food before the awards. So a few of my people sort of left, and I'm still standing in this room finishing off like a glass of champagne or whatever they got us. And then I went to walk out, and the guy stopped me and two other girls, and they were like, oh, no, they're not ready for you yet. And I was like, oh, okay. And we were standing there going, but everyone's gone.
Yeah.
We're like, well, why are we being put in this room? I was like, we done something wrong. And when no, we'll call you when you're ready to go in. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I turned around and I said, they're not ready for us, but everyone's gone. I looked around. I was in a celeb room.
Yes.
Hey!
I was standing in the celeb room. So I was doing around. I was like, oh, it's just Russell Tovey over there, like just standing there having a drink. Oh, there's so-and-so. And obviously there's an Olympic swimmer called Michael Gunning. And I know him anyway because of like through work and stuff. So I went and said hello to him. So everyone thought I must have thought, oh, we couldn't be part of the celebrities. But then I did that annoying thing where I walked over to Russell Tovey and I didn't know what to say. And I just went, oh, I didn't know you would be here. As if like we were friends. It was so embarrassing. And he looked at me like, well, yes. And I was,
Russell, you didn't tell me. You said
you didn't say you were coming.
You said you're staying in. Yeah, you said you're watching telly tonight. What's going on?
Yeah, what's up? Let's all together.
Oh, wow. Amazing feeling.
There's so many celebrities and influencers around at the moment anyway. Not everyone can know who everyone is. So you can easily... And like, you're at Adele, you're like fully confident, you're just there like... You've probably got your like Saturday Night Amazing Awards outfit on. I don't know what you're wearing there.
I got something from ASOS.
Yeah, I love it. Keep it real. I love that.
And then they see the ID and it's like Adele and they're like, oh yeah, okay.
So going back to you finding your new wardrobe, and your new identity, did you have to find new kind of hairdressers and nail shops, people you was comfortable with?
Do you know what?
Was that a long journey?
And I'm still doing it now, right? So even getting my hair done, I don't know what I'm doing. It's really difficult going into any kind of hairdressers or getting the mother-in-law to say, oh, just cut my hair like this. It's just kind of style it.
Did mother-in-law cut your hair first?
Well, she's only trimmed it a little bit. She didn't really cut it, just let it grow out. And I don't know, I'm a bit rubbish with that. Like, I'd love to go and get it properly done. And then also finding clothes in shops and that. I do a lot of it sort of online because it's just easier. Or get a Primark and that.
Yeah, but look amazing though.
Thanks.
And do you know what? It must be so tempting though to go in, like say, where that Primark, just like grab like hundreds of things off the rails and go and have like a full like dress up session and to work out, work out your body shape.
Got to be careful in his changing rooms. Jesus, with the government telling I'm not allowed to go in that changing room. And,
oh really?
Yeah. Well, people get weird, don't they now? Because they think every trans person's in there to cause a fuss. Like, trust me, if I'm going in,
is it that bad?
Well, I personally don't see it. Because I don't.
Do you hear it from other?
I hear it through the grapevine, and again, I'm talking from my experience. I've not had any pushback on anything if I've gone into a public toilet, etc., etc. But maybe that's because I fall into the trap, like you said. I look feminine.
Yes, you do.
But there are a lot of people out there who are trans who don't have the same support as me, or just it's not their journey's not been as nice or easy or kind to them. So I get that. But it doesn't help with the government, or it doesn't help with society, and all those people that I'm going to say J.K. Rowling. Like, what has happened to her for somebody that wrote a book and a series about acceptance and difference, and she's become I think she's lost her mind.
She's slithering.
There you go.
She started off Ravenclaw. And then she transitioned to slithering.
The thing is, right, I always say to people, look, sometimes it comes from a place of misguidedness, comes a place from ignorance or a place of hurt, and they're just trying to deflect it back, and it's not going the right way. But I don't like talking about her because it just it sucks the energy out of my life, because I can ignore it, but unfortunately a lot of people can't.
For every time, though, I would say someone who experiences isms for different reasons, I would say for every time there's somebody who has a national campaign or says something really quite offensive, I agree with you. Rather than talk about it and let that suck out your energy, it's about, well, actually, I can defy you because I'm still going to carry on being my authentic self. Now, about a gay day at work, your gay job.
Let's move into the gay job.
Hang on. I'm going to put in some music here, and can we can we do a little gay job sting here? So I'm going to have like a gay job.
Gay job.
Love it.
What is it?
Gay job.
Gay job.
So now we know about your day job. What's your gay job?
So the gay job, right? I mean, I never come up with that. That was someone else who said it in the network. So I do all the LGBT network stuff. So it comes with supporting LGBT people within Sky and the network. When we do events and panels and talk about things, so I do different talks across Sky to other areas of the business about being trans in the workplace, and we do events and we do Pride. Like, so I did London Pride recently with
Amazing.
Sky on the bus. I'm doing Brighton Pride as well.
Have you done Essex Pride yet?
I missed that because I literally was coming back from the LGBT awards.
This is like the homecoming. Adele, the headline Central Park.
I think it would hurt my ego if I turned up there and no one gives a shit who I was.
Who did we have? Who's the who's the headline? I can't forget. People have such amazing pun names.
The headline, Cheryl Hole.
Cheryl Hole.
Yeah,
oh my god.
Yeah.
Cheryl Hole. How can I forget that? It's just amazing.
Brilliant.
But Cheryl Hole's from Essex as well, right?
Yeah, she is right. And I tell you what, though, as well. This is how my life can be. I can be in a room the night before LGBT awards, all these amazing people. I was chatting to Emma Willis, Russell Tovey, David Tennant was there, Catherine Ryan, and everyone.
Wow.
We were sat in there chatting, and we were getting there, and I feel so much love, and I feel empowered. And I got home, and I had a big pizza in the hotel room, and I was like amazing, quite drunk. Got up the next day feeling really empowered. Got on the train. Who was sitting in front of me? Lawrence Fox.
No.
Let's talk about how to bring me back down to earth. That I've just been in a room with all these amazing people, and now I'm sitting literally opposite.
An energy drainer.
And I was listening to. I mean, I could have got up and walked away, but I was like, no. This is my space. I'm sitting here. I was listening to him talk, and whatever anyone was, it was a political thing he was talking to his friend about. He was on his way to go meet Nigel Farage in Clacton. It was just so weird. I was like, what is my life right now? I'm like, just had all these amazing people last night. Now I've got you, and then I was going to Essex. No, I wasn't going to Essex Pride, but I got back off the train station, and Essex Pride was on. So getting off the train at Chelmsford and then seeing all these people dressed up going to Essex Pride, it almost kind of then lifted me back up again. I was like, that's it.
Nice.
This is why we do this.
Yeah.
I'm not letting that one person bring me down.
No, that's so good.
It was quite nice though, sitting on the train and watching these people go, oh my God, and someone walked past, and I don't know how he didn't, or he must have heard it. Someone walked past and went, oh, there's that racist guy. That's literally what they said, and I was like, wow, okay, amazing.
A lot of people like that as well. A lot of people that want to just put you down or just put general people down. It's really the death of creativity as well.
Yeah.
Like people don't want people to be different. Like people want everyone to be typical and conform to one thing. And
it's not possible. We're all individual. We all have our quirks. We all have our different energy levels. We all have the way we do stuff. And we just need to start expressing more and understanding that, creativity and diversity, it breeds sort of good energy and authenticity. And, I can start saying all these buzzwords and everything. It's crazy, right? But it really does. And this is talking about, going back to the gay job, being part of the network has developed me in more ways than I can imagine, because I've met people from different areas of the business, different walks of life. One of my good friends in the network, I found out about conversion therapy. She was sent to an American conversion camp as a teenager. It was absolutely heartbreaking.
Wow.
And the story she sort of like shared with us was like, wow. But people don't know that exists.
Yeah.
And people don't understand why we're trying to ban something that they think, oh no, but it could be helpful. No, it's not helpful. They're using the term therapy really.
What? Banning is just woke, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just woke. Banning.
I can't say that word.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with being woke. I'd rather be woke than asleep.
Exactly.
Right? So, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But, with creativity, we like embrace diversity so much. You want so many different voices and opinions. And, that's where exciting things come from. Otherwise, we'd all be constantly reading Enid Blyton books. Or, I don't know. Enid Blyton. Why have I talked about Enid Blyton?
What's happened?
Oh, I don't know. It's mad.
Where have we gone?
Where have we gone, Enid Blyton? I hadn't even thought about Enid Blyton for ages. But, but it's so important to get all these different voices.
That's it.
Yeah.
And learn. Relearn. Relearn is a big thing.
Exactly.
Relearning.
I find at work though, it's really interesting because we have a lot of training about diversity as well, and you constantly got to update your language, your perceptions, like the way you deal with people, and it is constant evolution, and it seems like just basic kindness as well, a lot. but also you've got to like think about how other people feel as well. And that's what my friend said to me. Basically, before I was disabled, you know, I'm a minority now, right?
Well, it's all about you.
Exactly, yeah. But before I was officially disabled,
bloody woke over it.
Yeah,
really,
let's bring it back.
exactly. But as a cisgender heterosexual middle class white guy,
Yeah.
my friend said to me, "Well, you just think how safe you feel in life, and then you try and create that space for everyone to feel that same safeness."
Yeah.
And I think like that's all we can do, right? It's compassion and trying to make everyone equal.
Well, it's not all about equality, it's
I
about
agree.
equity.
Equity.
It's
That's what I meant.
about
Hang on,
equitable.
Dubbing this. It's all about equity.
Yeah, listen to the cisgender white boy. That's what we're talking about.
Mate,
Oh,
stop.
God. I'm looking over here now. We're going to talk
You
together,
did,
right?
that's right.
We get it.
I don't-
don't we?
Totally
I've
get
been
it.
to training and I don't even know the language. But this is the thing. All of us are navigating. I'm thinking as long as it comes from a good place.
Always.
People tend to look. I do equality training, and whenever I ask what does equality mean, people tend to think, "Oh, we give everybody the same service."
Yeah.
No, we don't. You could be that's the furthest from what equality means. It is about adjusting your service to the people that are coming through, rather than the other.
I
way
use the
around.
analogy to people at work. I said, equality is giving everybody a pair of shoes. Equity is making sure they all fit.
Yeah, and they
Okay.
get to choose.
Yeah.
What fits for them.
Exactly.
Yeah, and whether they have an air bubble.
I have. Well, pump. Yeah. I have a question for you, Nick. Right?
Okay, yeah,
Go
great.
for it.
Going
Oh,
back
this is
to-
different.
Only because you sent it earlier, but so when I did come out, and again I did it very openly online.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't like I did it behind doors. What did you think? If you think my style was terrible, why didn't you tell me?
You can. I've wanted to be supportive, so like I was.
Is that being supportive? Would you say someone being dishonest is being
No,
supportive?
I'm reflecting, right? Because I know at the time, if he'd messaged me and said...
That would've broke.
I would have like, oh, cheers, Nick. You're the one person
No,
I probably
makes
could have relied on. But reflecting back...
Yeah,
like,
no. I just wanted to be really as supportive as possible, and I was like, I know, like you're not feeling your most confident self. You know, you're putting yourself out there in the world, and
Make mistakes.
you're vulnerable, right? And can you imagine if someone said to you, "Hey, maybe that plaid skirt's not working"?
Well, some people did.
Did anyone say that to you?
Oh, yeah, but, was I listening? No.
But
Were they telling the truth? Of course they were.
Would you
No, no.
listen now? So all these years into it, if someone said, listen, that top doesn't look too great, would you then look at that as, actually, yeah, let me go change the top? Or would you look at it like, well, no, actually,
Well,
I
it's
feel
somebody,
good.
yeah, I mean, it depends where the intention comes from.
Yeah,
right? If the
yeah.
intention's there, like, that doesn't suit you, right?
Yeah.
You look like a prostitute. You
Yeah.
look like you're about to go,
Yeah.
whatever. But I get it. But if it was a case of like, maybe try this suits you better.
Yeah.
It's all about how you
say it.
how
It's
you
not
say it, what
say.
you do.
Yeah.
So to be fair, like if Nick had said like, oh, I don't think that colour was very good on your, I'd be like, oh, do you know what? I'll take that. But
Yeah.
if it was like Simon from Cornwall, Simon
Yeah.
X1234
Yeah.
on Twitter, whatever, saying like you look terrible, I'd just be like, really don't care.
On
Do
social
you know?
media.
Do you know what? Like, if I had to go to a shop and buy a whole new wardrobe today, half of it is going to be awful as well. Because most people's clothes, I mean, if I look at Sangate here, I bet you've curated your clothes over like years, like I've got, stuff.
I'm still testing it out, but I wear black a lot, right? And I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's slimming.
It's the most creative,
Yeah.
very creative.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're wearing black now. And
Always.
I'm wearing black. And but I do like bright colours. So and people do kind of know me for that at work sometimes. So I do put like a bright pink jacket on or something like that. But that's fine. I'm picking and choosing. But I don't know. Maybe one day I'll just wear the same thing over and over. And people will be like,
When you can't be bothered
she's
anymore.
given up. She's given up.
Oh, look, here she comes,
won't.
Adele, clueless in her clueless outfit again, coming along with a little white
But
dog in a
like,
bag
yeah,
and stuff.
Whatever. That's
Have you got a
exactly
doggy
it.
in a bag, by the way, since he said
That's
that?
it. I'll go
Are you
and
gonna
get
get
one.
one?
I think I have to get one.
Oh,
right?
brilliant.
Just to make that kind of outfit then and there.
When you were on set for your Sky ad, just little callback here to the start of the conversation, was there a stylist there?
There was.
And what did the stylist dress you, do your makeup, hair and stuff like that as well?
So I had my makeup done.
Yeah.
by a lady called Jess, who actually did a lot of the makeup for Strictly Come Dancing people.
Hell
so
yeah.
I was like, hey. That was amazing. But what was quite fun is I bought some outfits to wear and they had stuff on there. I bought a purple sort of 60s style dress and I thought, well, they're not going to pick that, they're going to pick that. And she was like, oh no, you have to wear that. And I was like, oh wicked, I'm going to wear that.
So a stylist is basically saying you made the right choice.
Right.
Hey, look, I'm living by that. And she was like, no, you have to wear that. Yeah. And then when we got there, I was throwing feathers about and I felt amazing. Yeah. I was like, I'm the talent for the day. Everybody pick me up. I mean, whether they meant it, I don't care.
Nah, that's right. It was your moment, right?
Good. It was so much fun. And then I was walking through Osterley like I do. And everyone was like, oh, it's Adele again. And then I was on the big screen.
Yeah, I saw it. So that was like in the reception of Sky, you went in and your face is there like 40 foot high, being like, hi, I'm Adele, I look fantastic, and look at me like with my feathers. And
to be fair, everyone's sitting there saying, look how big your face is. I'm like, look how big my tits are. Look how amazing they look.
Yeah, and it's not, and I'll tell you what, that's not even rice.
That's not rice, baby.
This is couscous.
Yeah.
This is
That's what I call them now. That's it. But no,
What do you call them? Like there's what left one's called Uncle Ben, the right one. What's the right one?
I don't even want to, because if I start doing that, then I will have to name them there. They'll have their own Instagram one day.
Yeah, Uncle Ben's got loads more followers than the other one.
Probably get a cease and desist.
wow.
Now we're going to reclaim Uncle Ben, right? Because he was bad. I think Uncle Ben got cancelled a while ago anyway.
Oh, what did Uncle Ben do? Oh, Uncle Ben died, didn't he? Oh, no, I'm thinking that's Spider-Man. That's Spider-Man, Uncle Ben. A different Uncle Ben.
Well, you could, it could be each one. I don't know. I'm going to wrap up now because we're talking about your boobs and it's all gone a bit weird.
It's you that went there.
We're quite a low down top today, and I know he's been looking at them.
Sangita, if you follow Adele on social media, they are very hard to ignore.
Oh, right.
Most photos are taken from a certain angle, but you know.
I want to go have a look.
It's very true. Hey, look, I grew them, all right?
Yeah.
That is how, and I'm very proud of them right now. So
If you've got it, flaunt it as well. You know, like I think it's fantastic. Right, I'm going to do a little. Huh?
it's artistic. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you called me autistic.
No, but you are. I wouldn't be
Yeah,
wrong,
that's
Yeah,
would I?
exactly. I'll bring it back to me. Anyway, so, Adele, you can be quiet now. Sangita, what did you think about our guest, Adele?
Oh, I think this was one of the best podcasts. You was right, yeah.
I told you that.
I'm truly awake now, truly focused. I've got so much. If this podcast could have gone on for a little bit longer, I've got so much questions.
Yeah, and normally I'd ask you like if you wanted to try stuff, but I'm not going to ask if you want to be a trans influencer.
Hey, look,
It's a lot of commitment.
there's no judgment
see.
here. You do what you do,
Well,
right?
as you can see, my voluntary hours, I haven't got any more left.
Exactly.
So no, but I will get inspired.
You haven't got time for a gay job, have you?
No, I haven't. I haven't even got time for a day job, let alone a gay job.
All right. Thanks, Adele. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you to the crew here, NGDA in the house. We've got Georgie. We've got Jaden the Ragger Enforcer.
Big up yourself, man.
I love this. It's my favourite bit of the podcast. We've got Jaden the Ragger Enforcer.
Big up yourself, man.
We've got Sangita.
Hello, so
Well, don't say hello, it's goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. I've got to say thank you to City Sound here, letting us use their studio. Paul, as ever, amazing. Who else we got? Frank, Essex County Council. Subscribe to our Instagram, r.u.creative.podcast, no dot. And you can send us questions, suggestions, people that we want to have on.
It's a lot, isn't
I'm
it?
exhausted.
It's
a lot to talk about.
It's a lot.
I've used too many words today, like at work.
Your quota's gone, right?
My quota of words and my quota of brain
dry.
cells is gone. It's a good job I've got this written down. Bye.
I love it.